Right, welcome everybody to a new summer of 18-foot skiff sailing on Sydney Harbour. I'm Warwick Rooklyn, and with me today is Andrew Bucko Buckland, I think a 7-time JJ Giltman winner, and also having a day off the water, we've got one of our current drivers, Ashland Rooklyn, my young bloke.
Tango.
He's Tango, he likes to be called, coming out to keep us a little bit amused and keep it shaking up. And so we haven't got a full fleet here today. It's being day one. There's a few little things still getting sorted out. Most of the signage is correct on the boats. There's a couple of anomalies. And it's a little bit cold here today, and breeze in the northeast. But so not a bad day for these guys to blow out a bit of rust, and likewise us. We don't have the drone with us today. That'll be coming next week. And once again, welcome to Chits and to Blake, who operate all the systems for us. And Bucko. Been many a year since we have not started a season with our good friend Kilo.
Yeah. So for all of you listeners, and some of you undoubtedly are aware, but one of the leading lights and the founders, in a sense, of the camera cat idea, Bob Colclough, passed away just before the end of the financial year this year, June 29. And for those of you who didn't know him, his history of enthusiasm and skill in yachting was considerable, sailing 18-footers, one of the originators of the camera cat, considerably involved with John Winning in the revival of the historic 18s in Sydney, also entrepreneurial as a restaurateur, and one of the first people to make money from whale watching in Australia as the whale population recovers. And he built a catamaran which still operates to this day up in Hervey Bay in Queensland, whale watching. But we will miss Kilo with his great sense of the water, his sense of the troops, sense of skiff sailing, and his irrepressible good humour.
Well, one thing's for sure, Bucko. If there's a skiff club in heaven, he'll be holding court up there, brother.
No, there's no doubt.
And plenty of critique on us.
And he won't be overdressed. He'll have the thongs and the shorts on in the Heaven Skiff Club. So, and just while we're here, we just might talk about the other crews who aren't here, who've retired or gone on to greater things, and probably, in one sense, leading that departure list, David Witt and Tommy Cloud, who are about to start the Volvo Around the World race.
Yeah, well, I think the prologue starts tomorrow.
Correct. The completely new crew on Cooper's 62 Rag and Famish. So
a lot of new crews.
Farewell to Jack McCartney, Sharko and Pete Harris and a few others. And also to the winners of the Giltman last year, Michael Coxon, Trent Barnabas and Davey O'Connor. So 9 very A-grade yachtsmen departed from the class.
Also Marcus Ashley Jones.
Oh, I'm sorry, and Ash has just reminded us. Marcus Ashley Jones.
The king of sending it.
The king of sending it. Yeah. So some new guys on the block today. The top gun undoubtedly today, Smeg, who were close to the top last year and obviously have won, but same old a bit. Lee Napton, Mike McKenzie and Ricky Bridge on the line today with clear favouritism, I would expect was.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty clear at this stage. I think one of the ones that has got a lot of potential, and we probably haven't seen it consistency-wise, is Keegan York. He's certainly been up there in different races. It's going to be interesting to watch some of the new blood. You know, we've got Kurt Mitchell with Phil Barnett's son. Remind me again his name. I don't know what. Daniel Barnett. So a third generation 18-foot skiff sailor. So they'll have plenty to learn. So they're having their first outing here today in Noakes Youth, which was your boat, Ash, from last year.
Yeah, the old dog.
Yeah. And then this year you've got
Michael Coxon's winning boat from last year. which is exciting. It's nice to just jump on a boat that's already a winning boat, and then being able to not have to worry about putting in rigorous hours of boat work to just get on the water and start the season.
You mean me putting in rigorous hours?
Yeah.
Come on, you two. Come on.
And you've got a new
It's already
sponsor.
started. Yeah,
New
got
sponsor to the
Vintech.
class.
Vintech, very happy. New, got a new boat, new sponsor. Then going to have a variety of crew this year. But it's a great opportunity to sail with some top level people who I've always wanted to, get out in the water with and see how they operate. So just got to look at it as an opportunity rather than a bit of a headache, I would say. I think James Dyron on the Asco, who's taken over the Asco, should be one to watch as well.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I think
Doro will
do
be
very well.
quite onto it.
Yeah,
Really
good operator.
won handful of national titles in the 16 steering, so he'll definitely be right
He's
there.
done plenty of years in the 18s on the sheet.
Yeah. Got a good boat as well.
Though historically, not many people have made that crossover successfully, have they? Trevor Barnabas, perhaps, and obviously Lee Napton and his boys. But the boats are quite a lot different. The 16-footer, pretty low riding moment, very tweaky. 18-footer, not so tweaky, plenty of riding moment.
Yeah. So what's this breeze going to do, Bucko?
Well, the chart, the wind chart, the weather chart, has got a pretty big low pressure cell over in New Zealand and a small high just up near the Queensland border, so about 300 miles north of here. And so we've got weak northeast gradient flow, but the temperature in the whole Sydney Basin today is about 20 degrees. The water's about 20 and the air's about 20, so overcast fully, and it's actually a big car race on up in the mountains to the west of Sydney, and it's raining on the top of the hill there, which tells you a bit. So we're not expecting much, just a little tiny build to about 3 o'clock for the wind, to perhaps 14, and here we have signals, perhaps to 14 knots, ebb tide adding a knot or two to the effective true wind speed the boats are feeling. We won't expect much change in direction, and the last lap the tide effect starts to go away. So the water not too rough. A bit of traffic on the harbour today. There's a substantial old gaffers regatta over the other side of the bay with about 50 or 60 boats, but no pleasure boats because it's not warm enough to sunbake, despite what the girls were wearing on the wharf was.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's sort of not helping my flu that I'm battling at the moment. But so today we've got what they call three boys race, which is basically a handicap race, and all the boats, according to their handicap, are allotted different marks to go around. So when we get to the top of the windward beat, there are 3 marks. That's 4 minutes. There are 3 marks, and they've all got their allotment. And the scratch boat is Smeg. So they go to mark what we're going to call Mark 3, or the furthest mark. And the highest handicapper today is Ilve, Holly Hardis, and he goes to the first mark all 3 times. So he's got a good chance in these conditions as well, I think today.
Well, I think that's a fair call, but interesting bunch of rig selection. We see some of the more experienced crews, Yandu and Smeg, with big rigs in, and quite a bit of the fleet with intermediate rig. And I think it's just favouring the big rig, only just. So we'll see, but there's probably only 3 boats with big rig by the look of it, and the balance of the fleet, the other 10 boats with small rig. Well, but conservative choice, not too bad for the first race of the year. Yeah.
Well, just talking to Woody beforehand, he was looking at his rig selection quite early on, actually, and I think he's gone the big rig, thinking that it's going to be all pretty manageable early on, and then maybe in the last lap of the race, might be a little bit overpowered.
Yeah, and also he's got the seasoned crew, so he's sailing with the same guys as last year, and they did show some pretty good form towards the end of the year. So
well, they got 3rd in the Nationals last year.
Exactly. We're looking at the start line here. Line looks pretty good, normal. Nor'easter favours the ebb tide favours the pin end start, so I would expect to see probably an even spread though. The guys just generally, particularly at this time of the year, like to make sure they don't get tangled up on the start line. But we usually would think the first guy, the guy out of the leeward end that can lead the race to Bradley's Head, will cross the fleet, because the tidal effect is pretty significant, a bit more than 1 knot positive against the wind.
Just digressing for a minute, out of shot, see Matt Allen's new TP52 Ichiban, just arrived a couple of weeks ago.
Towards your left, Blake.
And
Well, the chairman of Sailing Australia putting his money where his mouth is was.
yeah, exactly. So that was built in Spain. They had their first run last Wednesday, so he's sort of fully fired up. Okay, about 1:20 to go now.
So I was thinking
What's
the
the
Asco
lineup?
might nearly have been late from their little run back to the line, so they're coming up on port towards the windward end. But they'd be happy to take. He's still putting the spinnaker in the bag with 1 minute to go. But there they go.
So they're obviously looking for that pin.
Yeah, and Smeg's looking for the boat end.
Right.
So they're the two probably favourite boats. Then with those two boats and Yandu, in a sense of the cohesiveness and speed through the water. Though Asco's got the little rig in.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing, big rig, is appliances online. Brett Van Munster, DeLonghi, Smeg,
And Yandu.
Yandu, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
20 seconds.
The breeze is really, it's creased quite a bit here.
Breeze just
Yeah.
kicked a bit, yep.
Yeah.
Up to 14, a bit over 14 here, 15. Yandu's won the pin.
So
Smeg's got a
7
good start
seconds.
off the boat here.
Rag and Fan, which is blocked out. They're gone. Line 7 hits the trigger.
Blue Mix is going in. Whether or not
What's going on with that was the old...
Noakes,
Let 'em go.
Noakes Youth Boys got a really nice start off the line there. A bow advance on everyone heading towards Bradley's. Really, really nice, clean start from them.
So you'd expect from the boats sort of in shot and the boats started the windward end, you'd expect Smeg would lead the boat end boats. It can sail a little higher and slower than the guys with the smaller rigs. They've got Smeg in shot there now, and you can see them just marching away from the other boats that are on their windward hip. Noakes Youth marching out small sail.
Yeah,
They're
small,
doing a great job.
small sail seems like it's really, really pushing forward here. It seems like the right choice for the afternoon. It's only going to only increase as we go. Really nice jump from them. Jono steering the Kitchen Maker, placing Steve Quigley today. He's got a nice jump off the line as well.
So at the moment, Kitchen Maker wouldn't cross Smeg.
Yeah, right.
Ilby's doing a good job of hanging in.
I
All
don't
right?
What's that?
Ilby's doing a good job of hanging in.
Yeah. And they're doing the 3 shortest laps, so if they can stay where they are now and they get to the top, they're going to have a big jump.
No, he's starting to hurt now.
Those boys who start off down towards the pin are now starting to get into that funky sort of area. Going to be wanting to get out of that area at some point soon. Smeg's got a real nice line all the way to Bradley's here. They're going to have consistent pressure the whole way.
Yeah. Smeek can go all the way to the white light, I think, don't you, Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with that big rig, they'll just be trying to
Yeah.
push and take height where they can.
High and slow's okay.
Yeah.
The big bit of tide there.
Now everyone's starting to come back. Got Noakes Youth, who we thought was the leaders, coming back. But Kitchen Makers now crossed them.
We got someone in trouble down there. It's Yandu, I think. When they came back on Port Tack, had to do it dark, and as Ash was saying, probably got in that funky air, didn't get out of that little
We've got a
corner quick enough.
port and starboard here with Noakes Youth and Smeg.
Oh, Noakes Youth crosses Smeg.
Balls of steel, I like it.
Yeah. So, and Kitchen Maker was ahead of Noakes, so let's see what happens with this next cross. So,
Like a
Kirk Mitchell
bloody
doing a good
beautiful
job.
start by these boys. It's really nice.
You're right, Wad. Stay there, stay there.
Ilve, oh, shocking tack. We picked this up. Yeah, and they're in the tide, so yeah,
So-
that's made their job a lot harder.
Kitchen Maker obeyed the rules, was, and went behind Smeg.
Yeah, right. So it had kicked in, didn't it? Just in, like with a minute to go to the start. Definitely a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, seems very consistent right now.
Smeg coming off the... Oh no, we're on Mojo.
Smeg's got a real nice line out of Bradley's.
Yep.
So there's going to be a bit more helpful tide on this side too, wouldn't there, Bucko?
Yeah, strongest right where we are.
Yeah.
So I think they might allow themselves the luxury of all the way to Nielsen Park it was and less tax.
Okay.
Just lean on it and go. No need to muck around on the left edge or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
What's going on?
Got Noakes Youth coming back from that eastern shore.
And that's
They'll come into shot soon with a cross with Smeg.
They've got a yacht. Yacht doesn't know what he's doing now. He's gassing them.
yeah.
So he will get a clear indication in a second. We're on Noakes Youth, just about to come into the line of Smeg. Smeg will
Small
cross
gain
them.
by Smeg.
Yeah, 2 boat lengths go. Interesting there, as he just went to really hard jib sheet just after he crossed him.
Smeg did?
Yep.
Yeah.
This was twisted open a bit until he got across him. Not sure, but distinctly reduced his twist. Maybe water smoother and less wind effectively over on the other side there a bit.
These big rig boys, the Smeg's mains now really starting to rag. They seem like they've got a lot of pressure. Starting to struggle a little bit if this breeze increases any more than it is.
Sorry, Triple M for that one.
So the fleet is a bit split, Bucko. As you were alluding to, Smeg has sort of taken the one long tack all the way over to the eastern side of the harbour, and just about all the others are, heading back to the west.
Yeah, with it,
left-hand shore.
I mean, we'll see, but with this wind, Warwick, that it's possible that he could go sort of as far as he can out to the right.
Just stable.
And when he bangs up, he can bang up and tack only one more time up at George's Head
Yeah.
in this direction. So with the amount of ebb flow there is, so he might be trying to do it that simply.
It seems like where Noakes Youth have gone, the young boys, there's looks like they're going to have some good angle out of left-hand shore, but I think the breeze isn't as consistent as
They've
the
got
right that Smeg are heading towards.
actually got a period of a bit. Oh, they came out of the tack okay, but but the current goes backwards in there as well. You
Yeah.
see, so
Yeah.
So yeah, we're on Noakes Youth, and Kitchen Makers made a big gain on
Yeah.
them. So the fleet really spread apart, and obviously we can't be in numerous places at one time. So I think we'll stick with this pack on the left-hand shore at the moment, and we'll find out how Smeg and Rag pan out with this lot in a few minutes' time.
well, I mean, the strongest bits of current is a pretty solid current at Nielsen Park against the point there. So there's not much loss.
I don't mind if it's sit back a bit more.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So the Triple M's come back from being a little bit back out of the start,
Yeah.
and from us getting in their way a bit.
The Smeg and the Rag have clearly
Yeah.
made gains heading out to the right there.
Yeah.
They're in more consistent breeze. It seems like they're just trotting along a bit more easily.
It's getting a bit patchy at the moment, I think.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
Like dropped off a little bit. I think the guys with the second rigs are not doing as well as they were earlier on.
yeah.
Still a good patch of wind we're in here. We're right in the middle of the harbour, so it's patchier on the edge for sure, and a little less as we come up the track, and that's pretty normal
Yeah.
for this type of wind, shall we call it that.
So we're probably about halfway up the beat, and just keep in mind that all these handicaps will come into play. So this is the only real time where it's pure and normalised in terms of who's doing what, because in a few minutes' time, depending on what mark you're going to go around, this is all going to change again.
So why don't we just have a look at the Smeg and the cross on Kitchen Maker there, right?
It's going to be a close one.
It's fairly close, but Smeg's in front.
Yeah. So the Kitchen Maker's doing well.
Been some good gains, just slowly, silently by Asco as well. They're slowly starting to chip back into the battle.
So Ash, which one mark does Kitchen Maker go around first? Because I think they'd have a pretty favourable handicap.
.5 minutes, so they're on red first. So they'll be a middle and then top. No, top and then middle, sorry. Red, blue.
I think they do the... Oh, really? So I thought they did the shortest laps first.
That's what it says.
Yeah. Don't doubt you.
But this part of the beat, guys, would expect...
No, you're right. No, because red's 9, 10 minutes. Yeah, so shortest one's first.
So basically, as we look at it, red is the first mark or the closest mark, blue is the middle mark, white is the top mark. And I can see them now. And they're around about 100 metres, or we'll see a little bit further today, 100 metres apart. So Bucko, as you said, Smeg is just going from shore to shore.
Here he's just tacking now.
Cooper's is
James
Yeah, no,
Ward.
done really well.
Cooper's is...
No, it's not James Ward, sorry.
Cooper's looks pretty fast
Ooh.
through the water. And
Yeah.
Smeg had to duck in.
Exactly.
Who's steering Cooper's?
Bryce
Edwards.
Edwards.
Yeah. And you know, those guys have inherited a going concern, haven't they? It's
Yeah.
a pretty fast ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Well set up.
Both on big rigs. Is it? Oh, you're right. Got it. So that's interesting. So what's that going to do to them downwind, though? you'd think you want the bigger rig in for downwind and this stuff, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I thought though, just with the nor'easter course, because they'll be going over the island, it's not going to play into it as much until they do the second leg.
Yeah.
Still, actually, a pretty true VMG run because the breeze is about a bit left of normal here, so we're about 10 degrees left. So the
not as
fairly true VMG run down to the totem pole at the corner of Shark Island. Okay, well that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the left shore usually pays, you know, in this direction. So Smeg, and you'd expect these guys to be first and second, Smeg and Cooper 62 at the top.
Well, the kitchen maker's sort of been doing the opposite.
Yeah, I think he's zigged when he should have zagged then.
Yeah, well, sort of what we would call potentially out of phase, and I think they've lost a lot. So now, not far to the top mark, only 250 odd metres to the first one. Nice flat water. A little bit more under control than the boys up at Bathurst, Bucko. That was wild.
Yeah, the car race up on the mountain in the rain got some potential.
Yeah, not for the faint-hearted. So, can you see where Rag's going at? What mark they're on?
Red, blue, blue.
Oh, okay, so they're about to set a shoot, so they're going to jump out and get a huge lead out of this, because Smeg has to go to the third mark, which is another couple hundred metres. And the kitchen maker, I don't know, we haven't got, oh, they've had a shocking tack. Just on our left, they have to go to the middle mark, the blue mark. So they're going to struggle to lay from there, Bucko, I reckon. So around our leader,
Rag and Famish.
Rag and Famish.
Oh,
And they're away safely, got them in shot. We'll chase these boys down because this is all
nice set by the boys there.
going to blow up. And then second around will be the kitchen maker. Oh, they're going around. They're going around the red mark.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that wrong. So okay, so at the moment, first Cooper's Rag and Famish, second kitchen maker, third Triple M with a bit of a nosedive, but they've saved it. And Smeg is still making their way up to the top mark, the furthest away. So they've jibed, they've jibed early.
And that should be a good little gain, I would think. Or
They look a good pressure. So what's the placings? What do you think the placings are, boys? If we can just have a look around the course.
on the track, Cooper's, kitchen maker, Lumix, I'm sorry, Triple M, Lumix.
Oh, the kitchen maker's had a shocker.
What happened
Oh,
there?
right, Blake. Yeah, and they're gone. It's just they just stopped. That was quite weird. We got a man overboard? Yeah, we do. MOB, Bucko. Do not leave the ship.
Wow. That's a bit untidy for 14 knots of wind or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Knots.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the rag leads easily, scratch
Yeah.
the kitchen maker for a while.
So, yeah, kitchen maker off the podium. The Triple M, the Big Dr. Dan, she moves into second place just on our left. And then what have we got? It feels quite soft here now. I know we're going downwind, but look at that. I mean, just to let you know, folks, Smeg, because of the penalty of having to go to the furthest mark, is probably in about sort of 9th place.
It's a reasonably solid penalty, that one.
Yeah.
Still, they're up for it.
So maybe the Lumix into 3rd.
Yeah, the Lumix is 3rd. It was 4th in the previous call.
Yep.
And Asco also in the mix here. Asco 5th, I think.
Smeg's got a tear in their chute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
On the M, on the logo. It's a decent sized one as well.
Yeah, right. So Doro in 4th. We don't have a beep, sorry folks.
Yeah, excuse us.
Either internally or on board. Oh, we've got another swimmer. The Line 7 logoed boat, which hasn't been rebranded yet. So they're gone in. So some new boys, plenty of rust. It doesn't take a lot.
Well, I was just about to say how composed the fleet was.
Yeah, yeah. Well, until you turn the corner, Bucko, and start up to do a few jibes and so forth.
Jibing in an ebb tide, etc. Yeah.
Or avoiding some of the traffic that's here.
Still, Smeg is making up some miles here, Warwick, I would suggest.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they're clearly the quickest boat on the racetrack.
Yeah. And I think their jibe spot is pretty much on the money too.
Yeah.
And, nice angle in, just enough north from the breeze. The guys who've gone furthest down, which are not in shot, but forward into leeward, Lumix and Triple M are a little too deep, I think.
Yeah, they look like they're trying to find height, don't they?
Yep. DeLonghi just across that bow in shot now.
And coming into shot will be Yandu John Whitting. He's got his same team. No, he won't get that, sorry. Got the same team from last year. But Rags got good minute and a half lead.
It's really starting to get light up there in Rose Bay as well.
Was, I think.
Yeah. But as Ash said, it's they're very lifted and light, aren't they?
I think
so
Triple M's going to look really good here.
Well, I mean, as you know, you've got to almost hit the island, just not quite.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, you're sort of, well, we're both sort of saying that, like Panasonic and Triple M were struggling a little bit, but as they get down there and it gets lighter, it's actually starting to favour them, and they're coming in, particularly Triple M, with a heap of speed and out of shot is out of shot. Cooper's Rang and Spanish are really well lifted and covering a lot of miles.
Don't know if the Triple M boys are going to get the lead off this one, but they're definitely going to catch up a lot of.
Yeah, the Coopers has to jibe. Yeah, there they go.
Oh, it's a bit of a rough jibe by the boys as well. Got to get up and going.
Asco now getting well lifted as well.
The Smegs smashed it down there, Warwick.
Yeah.
Absolutely rode that puff and never was out of the face of the puff, basically.
Yeah, so they've gone right back up.
Yeah.
And probably
the Asco gone. There's some rust.
Doro.
See you later.
Bit of rust, Doro. Got to get off those 16s, dude. Get back onto these things. So Speg will go back into 4th place, and I don't think it'll be long until they're back into 2nd.
Yeah, pretty good yachting from the Smegglers.
Yeah. And look, I think they might even get inside Lumix instead of not a good drive.
Yeah, they'll cross Lumix.
Yeah, out of shot Rags. Oh, they're going to save it in backwards.
Smeg's going to stand on here by the look of it, and there's a puff. Oh no, they're going to jibe.
I thought they might have gone their route and gone a little bit further and sailed around it, but
Well, there's just not much east ash. That's the problem.
You know,
It's so north.
The bottom leg's headed there because of the wind direction. It's got about a 20-degree header.
Yeah, and if you look to the left, Triple M's down. They just got to really watch this section when they get
sure
into the
they'll be
lee
on
of
their
Shark
toes.
Island, and they've got a few yachts to have to deal with as well.
oh, close there with Woody.
Completed his drive.
Oh, the Smeg boys got a really nice puff to carry them through this sketchy area. They've gained a lot of boats here.
The Dardanelles, as Kilo would call it. Yeah.
Sound like true veterans here.
So out of shot, John Winnick's moved up to 50. He's had a very good run.
Yeah.
Big spinnaker equals good run.
Yeah. So you can use it. Triple M's heading for the bricks off 0.5, but slightly out of shot. Very tricky.
So the Smeg only just out of the puff for a little while.
Yeah.
Not in shot, but the Triple M.
It's really heads up, isn't it, Bucko? You've got to have someone really pulling the breeze and anticipating those holes.
So looking at this, no jibe needed for Smeg and probably Coopers by the look of it. They're going to lay down to the mark without any
Yeah, the
jibe.
boys got a real big puff here now.
Yep.
So great battle for second at the moment between Smeg, Panasonic Lumix and Triple M, with Smeg the ones on the hunt again. Big rig versus two big rigs versus second rig.
Yeah, but I mean, to make the point, Smeg saved their handicap in the lap, no problem. They're unwide, they've clawed it back, or most of it back. And they've sailed these two reaches very, very well. Perfect jibe spot. I thought they'd jibed a little early, but they've got it absolutely on the money.
That bottom mark as well is pretty to the right of Clark Island. It's usually, I don't think it's usually that far up. It's usually a bit further down.
Yeah, I agree with that, I think.
Here they go. The Smeg going for the drop.
Getting the timing right for this one.
That's pretty good.
So they'll move into third place. I think they'll have done Triple M. Great, just better drop, better execution. Closer to the bottom mark. And he's just, they're going to need some pressure to get down.
No, he's up inside the jib there was.
Yeah.
He needs the guy on the wing to get the bow back down, I think. Oh, water on the deck, that wasn't in the brochure.
So around Coopers in 25 minutes, 25 seconds for a lap. The second lap will be a bit quicker because they just do windward leeward basically. So round in second, Panasonic Lumix, hot on their heels, Smeg. So Smeg's gone the low fast road, punching through on Lumix, we're on that. Triple M around next. And then
Woody.
yeah, Gandu, the master.
Chipping away.
So there's a little bit more breeze at the bottom, Bucko.
Oh, it's not more than last time, mate, I don't think.
No,
There's-
but what I mean
yeah,
is
no,
that
on the track as a whole,
Yeah.
no, the standard bit of funnel at the headland, and Smeg's chosen to get out of there fairly early.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Smeg can pull back that deficit on the rags. Well, the rags has gone in too far. We picked up on it, and they've had a shocking tack.
There's a good
It's
20.
stuck in that
There's a good 20 seconds or 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's just so tricky, isn't it? You can see it on the water, but it's just go that, get a little bit greedy, go that few boat lengths too much,
look,
it can punish you.
It's a trap because it's a nice header, and you think, I'll just go to that little header. And
Yeah,
then,
a little bit of greed.
and then it's a rolly puff that turns you back to front.
Yeah. And those tacks, they're costly anyway, even if you're really good at them. But if you have a bad one, it just costs you heaps.
Yeah. I mean, that's halved his lead, I would say, that fact. But,
yeah. So we've still got a boat race on our hands. No one's really leaped away, considering what's going to happen again at the top mark.
yeah, some more unwinding of the handicaps.
Yeah.
The Smeg's got a major task.
So out of this lot, Ash, we know that Smeg is going to Mark 3, the furthest mark. What do we got there for Rags and for Panasonic Lumix and for Triple M?
So they'll be going to red the whole time.
Okay, so they go. Yeah.
Triple M is going to red again, then blue.
Right.
So again, they're quite in the mix for sure if they can hang on up to speed.
Yeah.
Cooper's is 6 minutes. They'll be going to blue.
Right. So we've got Triple M and a Panasonic going to
red
Mark
again.
Yeah, so Mark 1, the shortest lap. Yep. And then we got Rag doing the middle lap, middle boy, and Smeg goes to the top again.
Yep. So as long as they can hold in up to speed, I think still all for play.
Yeah.
Reese has actually bent back to the left. Some more guys here. Look at the bow down on the Coopers. Was not in shot, but the big amount of north and on the western shore.
Yeah, and a little bit more pressure just then too, Bucko.
Oh, just the funnel at the headland?
Yeah.
Just the funnel.
So Yandu's just had a shot, it just crossed our bow. It's coming back into this quite well, not that far behind Triple M at the moment. Follow this leading trio. And the rest after Compass starting to spread out a little bit. The Cup, America's Cup. Just going a little bit off thread while things are a little bit holding station here at the moment. But what do you think of the monohulls?
I think it's great. I think it's an absolutely correct answer. And, significantly, I guess, the premise being that 75-foot monohull for the America's Cup and a 65-foot monohull for the Volvo Around the World race makes good sense, And so the world is all realigned to follow that path, foiling ocean-going boats. Obviously, the Hauraki Gulf, a bit of a rougher racetrack than the Great Sound of Bermuda, but the relevance and the sort of the difficulties.
Oh, sorry, Bucko.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If we just stay on Triple M to your left a little bit, Blake, we've got a gear failure. In fact, the main's blown out down low, which is really just watch out, waves, boys. Oh, that's a really weird place for it to go. What's going on there?
I think it's a horizontal seam.
Do they have them there?
What it looks like.
Looks weird. That's really bizarre. So they're gone. Triple M gone. D and F. They're heading back to the beach.
Yep. They wouldn't want to damage the rest of the SAR.
No way. So now Lumix moves up into third.
Fine, Woody in contention here.
Yep.
If he could chip away a few more shifts.
Woody into fourth.
He's not going slowly either.
No.
I tell you what, Rag is really holding their own against Smeg, and yeah, really against Smeg upwind the whole time. They've got a real good amount of pace on them.
Well, if you remember the last beat, they were neck and neck, weren't they, up that
Yeah.
first beat?
Yeah.
One with the big rig on, one with the second rig on.
What do you think the crew weight is on the Coopers, Ash?
I wouldn't have a clue.
You don't know. How would
Sorry, what was the question on this?
The
The
crew
crew
weight
weight.
on the Rag.
Oh, the crew weight.
because they're pretty light compared to the guys that were starting it last year with
Yeah.
Pete Harris and Sharko. They were well weighted, shall we say?
But there just seems to be a window, doesn't it, Ash, that you've kind of got to be around that 245 mark.
Yeah, well, so you saw it with Channel 7 and the boys, you know,
Yeah.
they were just on another planet, you know,
Yeah.
when it came to the breeze, and even when it wasn't that breezy with their number one rig, still being able to just use their body weight to swing it down and not having to ease gear or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not
Just brute weight.
you're not 240, you're not in the game, are you?
Yeah.
Shot of the Yandu with Smeg leading, clearly just a bit up the track. Yandu set up a little bit deep down low was.
Yeah, it is.
A little
actually.
inversion in the head.
Little bottom batten, quite round.
Probably not too bad, but just a little deep at the south side.
Yeah, starting to have to release a fair bit of main sheet. Sorry, we're on Smeg at the moment.
Yeah, you got Sevi following them behind them.
So Compass crosses Yandu, so that's advantage Compass.
Well, they've marched forward a bit. They've got the big
Yeah.
rig in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a brand new boat this year as well. The
Oh,
Compass.
right, Keegan's, yeah.
Yeah.
So we might go and follow them for a bit, stay on Compass, come round Blake. And Keegan's certainly shown signs of brilliance, but probably just hasn't, to be fair, been able to be super consistent. I think-
Now, what something else we were supposed to do with the telecast was have a metaphorical cup of tea with one of our viewers in the UK, Michael Hardy, somewhere in sunny England. It might be warmer and sunny than Sydney is today. But Michael, hope you're listening well, and we'll have a cup of tea, different Australian cold tea after the race, mate. But,
Actually, I spent a bit of time in the UK in the winter. A mate of mine down in Sussex. Nice part of the world. Went to Pheasant Speed, the Cowes Historic Week. Bucko in a solid sunbeam.
wow, how'd you dredge that up, mate?
Well, I just threw my mate. It was a late minute invite type thing. Let's go and do something. But
Yeah.
it was fun. It was nice to sort of hang out in Cowes when it wasn't too busy.
Yeah. Did you have fun sailing in the Solent?
I did. Really enjoyed it.
No, it's great.
Very challenging.
It's a cracking racetrack, I reckon.
Yeah. Plenty of time, as
Yeah.
most people would know.
Plenty to think about.
And it's funny, even though these things were 100 years old and a bit like a 100-year-old Etchell type thing, it's funny how when you get a pack of them together, and you forget that you're on an old,
Yeah.
I won't say the word, but
Exactly.
but you're still chasing millimetres or seconds.
Yeah, indeed. No, it's a great racetrack, and Cows Week is one of the special events for sure.
Yeah, it's iconic.
To me, it looks like Smeg might have actually jumped Rag here. They've seemed to have picked it heading back to the eastern
Yeah.
shore,
Yeah, Breeze
and the breeze has gone right on them.
just faded a little bit as well again.
Yeah, it seems like it's
Yeah.
faded and dropped to the right.
Yeah.
So we might go and chase that up.
Lumix has really come up on Rag as well.
Yeah, so you're right. So Smeg will be leading the pack, so to speak.
And it looks like
he's leading the pack, but we'll have to take the long way around at the top again.
Looks like Woody's picked that up as well. He went far all the way to Nilsson's there. Be interesting to see how he comes out of that.
Yeah, well that's right. Well, because like Compass took the advantage in the last cross, and let's see what the net gain or loss is in a few minutes. We might actually just stick with this Compass thing for a minute and see who did better.
It looks like Woody's got a clear cross at the moment.
So there's the right-hand shore, left-hand shore paid.
Well, the guys that went hard left early ran out of wind to some degree.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
not that big a cross. Oh, look at that.
No.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, out of shot, Rags has crossed Smeg. So Rags still leading.
Only by a smidge, but that's true.
Nothing in it. And then now this is starting to get a little bit closer. We make sense of this Compass Yandu cross, but I think
Breeze has gone a little bit left again.
yeah, well Compass has made another gain. So they've opened up.
That's a good gain to Compass over.
Yeah, that's like 3 boat length gains since they last crossed.
Oh, the new ship might be pretty fast, was too.
Sure.
Looks pretty sweet.
Old school, no skirts.
Maybe carrying a little bit more weight on board. Too, Bucko. Keegan's pretty big lad.
Yeah, they've got no small boys, I don't think.
Yeah, Gus would be near the 90s, I'd say.
Yeah, Gus is solid.
Matt's pretty solid. He'd be around 85, I reckon.
Yeah. So you got some pretty good yachtsmen and a few kegs on board.
Yeah. Horsepower Buckos like those V8s.
Yeah.
All right, so probably 250 odd metres to the top mark for the second time. And
So way over to the left, out of shot, but Smeg tack on the port tack lay line for the windward mark now. With 2 minutes to go to their mark, I would say. So they'll be about 40 seconds behind, I think, was after the handicaps are unwound.
yeah, Lumix going for their second last tack to try and get on to the final approach with their top mark, and they're going to the first mark.
I think Smeg has a pretty tidy beat tactically. They might not be that fast through the water, but I think they've joined the dots together okay.
Yeah, but I tell you what, they haven't done anything to Rags. I just watched them go below Rag and Famishin, and Rag does their final attack. It's all pretty good.
Yeah, they've got no speed advantage at all though. But so they would hope to gain a minute down the run, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, this is
Yeah,
where Ashley
for
showed
sure.
before that windward leeward one, where you'd think the big rig will come into play.
A minute 20 or something like that. Bit of traffic. Ooh. So Coopers is overstood, I would suggest too, Ash.
No, I think they're going to blue though.
Yeah, but have a look. They're cracked off. Have a look,
Oh,
boys.
they are alright, yeah.
Come on.
So Lumi's got a little bit of traffic.
Given
It's
that-
hard, ain't you alright? Give us a break. Give us a break.
No,
Well, Panasonic's got a bit on here with this ship,
Yeah.
and then a squeeze, go high.
Well, there's no point yelling at them, boys. You might as well just slow down and go high, because it's a commercial boat and you're not going to get out of your way.
ugly saints.
You can deal with it.
Yeah, they were yelling and they had the main out and they were going low. They could have just squeezed and held, but anyway,
All right,
they've gotten around.
So here we go. Our 3 leaders going to 3 different marks.
Lumex and Rag are both going around the marks at the exact same time.
Yep.
So you can get a better set. Could be the crucial point actually for them.
So,
If we stay back here a bit, we'll get a good perspective.
yeah. So Lumix goes to mark 1, the shortest. Still waiting to get that shoot on. Rags has done a better set.
The big
Now
unwind.
Lumix is gone. Now Smeg is going around.
It's perfect though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The 3 boats, the unwind is about right.
Yeah.
We'd expect
This is
Smeg
not
to
the
just
top.
catch the Lumix at the bottom, roughly, wouldn't we? or
The handicaps are just on cue, I reckon.
slightly
Yeah,
better
Woody
than.
will love hearing you say that.
Yeah.
Some people don't like this, but it is does mix it up. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's not the most enjoyable, but
Now,
Okay,
they've done well.
Smeg jibes.
look at this, me going to the
That-
for the old-fashioned jibe to the other shore, and the breeze fading too. Was
yeah. And
Now
we've
there goes Rags. Rags is jibed as well.
got- yeah.
put that in the ship's log.
And
Breeze-
next around is Yandu in the middle mark. Ooh, a little bit rough bear away.
Yandu's in the run here.
So the really interesting one here is, and we'll just wait for Yandu to set, is going to be the chase. The chase from Smeg to Rags, Rags to Lumix. Is that rip in Smeg shoot got any work?
No, it doesn't seem like it's on a heavy loading area, so
No, they won't tear unless they get it impaled on something. Pretty strong stuff, that modern spinnaker cloth was.
So compass around next. Yandu drives on the starboard. Yeah, I think we go. Yeah, I agree. It looks like Smeg's a little bit more bowed down. We'll just follow Yandu for a minute.
Yeah, the Smeg's in the header from the northern shore.
now I see Panasonic's starting to suck up. They've got a small rig on.
But they got, looks like
So this
Panasonic's got more pressure to me.
I think Smeg's going to gain quite nicely here on this downwind.
Smeg will go all the way to Bradley's head.
Yeah.
And that tells you how headed it is, Watts. You know,
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
lay
yeah,
Bradley's,
exactly.
the big header. So pretty even wind down the middle of the harbour here. Nice, smooth-ish, cool nor'easter.
Yeah.
Non-nor'easter.
Just starting to lift a little bit now, Bucko. I see Smeg's a little bit
Yeah.
more bow up.
A little bit as they get away from the...
Lumix has got a real nice
High
path
ground.
that whole way. It seems
Yeah.
like they're still trading along.
Yeah. So at this stage, doesn't look like Smeg's done an enormous amount to the leaders.
No, it does not appear that way at this moment.
We might just sneak up a little bit, go past Yandu, and let's see when they try, which we'll be doing in the time, and see whether we can visually whether anybody's made any big gains or losses. I think the Rich might have got a bit richer on that one, Bucko. In other words, the first guy round was extended on the second, and right then the second and third extended.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I suppose if you get that pressure, take that pressure with you, the other guy doesn't go ahead.
Well, the boats, not sure what the gust downhill speed is here today, but the boats overtake the puffs in this wind speed or stay channel with them. Yeah.
So this is interesting. We've got a little bit of a split tactics here. We come round to the left flank, down now. You've got Lumix and Clips, Rag and Famish electing to drive early. And out of shot to the right, Smeg has continued on. So follow that progress. Yeah.
We can,
Dayu up there, maneuver.
yeah. Come up.
It sort of seems like at the moment, though, I think the Smeg was sort of just continuing on, waiting for something to build inside. It sort of backed off, and it was a bit like there's not much around, you know. Now Woody's sort of gotten that pressure. He's starting to honk down towards them as well. It seems like Smeg have now got that pressure that was inside. And they've got some good angles going on as well.
Okay.
Lumix tribes.
Yep, Lumix tribes. They'll have couple more drives. They're not going to
They're
get
going
down
to be
there on
just
that.
shy of that
So,
mark.
I'll tell you what's going to happen here. Smeg's going to do 2 less jobs.
Right.
Yeah, they're not going to get affected by the lee of Shark Island and their angle that they're at.
Etc.
Coopers in their final drive.
I don't know. Here they get some.
2 more was.
They get some.
I don't know.
Lumix and Rag. They get some good pressure. They're going to be. They're going to be making this
They
one.
won't, Larry.
Go on, have some faith.
They're sort of stuck here in this wake. All right, so here we go. We're going to get a clear indication. We've got Rags and Lumix starboard drive. Smeg coming down on port drive.
Smeg with 1 more job, the other guys with 2 more, I think. Like,
Yeah,
Lumix
unless
can't.
they get plenty.
Lumix can't lay, but Lumix is a fair way in front.
Oh,
Smeg's fairly
huge.
close to Reg.
I mean, they're really, Smeg hasn't done anything to Lumix on this run.
No, they've caught Reg, but not Lumix.
Yeah.
That's pretty much correct. But still, Smeg only 1 more jibe. If the just in shot there, troops on the bow, we've got a famous old catch,
Yeah, I think it's going to be an issue here. It's going to be an issue for these boys.
which has come down for the Hobart race, a boat that won the 1935 Newport Bermuda race, and I think
Did
the
it?
transatlantic race. Dorad, Owen Stevens design, beautiful boat, beautiful yacht. Just got in the way of the Smeg a little, but
Happy to look at it, Bucko, not sailing it.
yeah. Oh, it's probably got nice pillows and things, was, you know.
I'm
you know,
sure.
Get off watch, take your gear off, like, you know, put,
Be
It sounds
perfect
like
in
was.
anchor.
yeah, that's right. With a couple of red-headed mattress rashes or something, was it? Oh. Good. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, no, and as Chits has just pointed out, they're not far behind us and has basically maintained position on the Smeg. The Smeg on the ley line, cruising to the bottom mark.
So we'll race off down to the bottom mark and get these drops and see if we can get some approximate gaps.
Lumix has done really quite well out of
Yeah,
that
they
run.
have. They've done really well down that run.
Battle's on.
Ben Bradley's whole boat, okay. So the Rag last jibe and the Smeg indeed in striking distance, but wind still up around the 14 at the bottom here, so no great advantage for the big rigs up the last beat. Gee, the Smeg boys are pressing hard on the drop here, it was.
Yeah.
Good on them.
So they did make a good gain on Rags.
Yeah.
That last, it was just that last
Two,
drive.
2 less jibes.
Yeah.
Better, just slightly better.
And Smeg's got a better
25
drop there.
seconds.
Yeah, beautiful
Rags
drop.
a bit slow on their drop.
Beautiful drop on the Smeg. Not quite the jib on at the mark, but there we go.
They get there.
Okay, so final lap at
Uh,
top 3.
Looks like Rags got a problem here with the chute. They can't get it all the way down.
I've got a
knots.
knot in the halyard, it's called,
Yeah.
isn't it? I've
Something
got a
like
knot.
that.
I never had any knots.
Ah,
Sure.
I never touched the rope, so that's all right.
Yeah.
did you used to throw the halyard out the back, Bucko?
Sometimes. Depends. Depends.
Did you have retrieval systems then? No. Old school.
Men were men. Sales with Dacron.
All right, so Yandu, which is about to come around the mark, will be in 4th place.
The
Just have a
Smeg's
shot.
really climbed up on Rag here. They've got them for sure.
Well, this is softer than the last time we were down here.
Yeah,
I would say.
you're dead right. It was down by 2 knots. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll give you the official calibration if you like. So it'll be an interesting beat. The big rig will be a little advantage again now, I would think, on the
Yeah.
wind.
Yeah. I mean, like Smeg's already ahead of Rags.
Yeah, well, that was a product of the excellent drop
Yeah.
and nice rounding, etc., etc. But to be fair, these new crews have done a pretty good job, I think, for their first head out.
Yeah.
For sure.
been a really good day for them actually. It's not too bumpy, not too much traffic.
Yeah, no. Good,
Comfortable second rig.
good that the sun didn't shine and the harbour traffic wasn't as
I'll
full.
tell you what, it's pretty bumpy sitting sideways to the waves here.
Why don't you
Is
That's
that
what
a
I'm just
hint?
going to say.
Is that a hint, Ash?
speak to your dad about the driving. Oh, good.
Give it to him all the
I've
time.
Told many ways to improve many things, Bucko, don't you worry.
And vice versa, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear. So we're riding with the Cooper 62, looking pretty comfortable though and fast through the water still. But the Smeag showing no signs, just marginal bit of inversion in the puffs. But the Cooper 62 boys not heavy. I think Ben Bradley, Rory Cox and Jacob Broom between them would not be
Yeah, they don't look like big boys.
in the same weight class as their predecessors. But the Cooper's boys love that little rig.
Yeah.
When they sailed the boat,
Yeah.
the guys that sailed the boat last year, they were very pleased with it.
Well, Napo and those boys, they're not on the real heavy side either.
No, the Smegler's a medium,
Yeah.
really, truly.
So, Ash, can you just remind us and the viewers again of what the marks are for these three? We know Smeg is going to the furthest mark once again,
So Lumix again is going to red,
which is
the closest mark,
closest mark. Mark one.
and Rag and Hamish will be going to blue. So that's the middle
it's
mark
the-
again.
So that's the same as what we had the last time.
Yep. So at the rate they're going now, if Lumix was to stay ahead, they would just extend again
Yeah.
and be victorious on this day.
On this day.
But we
Bit
will have
early,
to wait and
confident.
see.
We've got a few drives to go.
The M32,
Yeah.
I believe it's the prices.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they bought two of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Just come round to the left, Blake. You pick up this catamaran here that has got a world match race. They use for world match racing. Maybe Ash can fill us in a little bit on that.
Yeah, so the new tour boats. Yeah, so the prices have actually bought two and have brought them over here to Australia, to the harbour. They're the only two that are in the harbour. I believe they charter them out to people as well. But definitely a big advantage for Harry and his team to have two of them here.
Yeah. And we've got Evan Walker had a good result. I saw at one of the last regattas with Sean O'Rourke. I think he finished second, did he? Yeah, anyway.
Not too sure. I don't keep up on it too much, to be honest.
Watching too much motocross, mate.
Yeah, mate, it's all about the moto. It's the only thing that matters.
God, I'm on a catamaran with a bunch of petrol heads.
It's got engines on the back, Bucko.
Say again?
So we've got engines on the back.
Yeah, I know. I try to ignore that. Solar powered cat. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be going very fast today.
No. So out of shot, I'm seeing the Mojo looking a bit wounded. So they're heading back to the pits.
Yeah, it looks like no spinnaker.
Yeah.
Looks like spinnaker torn or something, or
Yeah.
broken snout, perhaps.
Still got a pole there. Maybe they've broken the wire. I don't know, but yeah. So that's their day done. At least they got out. They got a bit of time on the water.
Looks like it's a broken bobstay.
Yeah, right.
See the wire dangling?
Yeah, yeah. Got it. Onto it. All right, we go up and check out the form of the Lee Napton, and what you'd have to say at this stage will be the on-fall boat going into the season. Their past results being winners of states, nationals and JJs. Didn't have as quite as good a JJs by their standards last year where Michael Thompson won. But I think they had plenty on with family and having babies.
Napo was
business
pretty busy with the babies.
Yeah. Getting the next generation of sailors out.
That's the long view. Indeed. What?
This is a real good fight. This has been the whole race.
We won't interfere with it. So the Smeg just opened the jib leech a bit more to go through the rough water here from a powerboat. Water over our deck. Ooh. Looks pretty good though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful depth at the bottom batten. Head just lying in the onset flow. I want to go have a look at the other guy. Have a look at his. There she goes. Not much sheep moving in and out, just fine.
Yeah.
Pretty steady breeze.
One of the things that sort of came out of last year's JJ's was what I thought the Yamaha was quite dominant at different times, was just how minute adjustments can be made, with the Ds just to get that right.
Yeah.
And
so these guys looking a little powered up in the main, and the jib a bit too twisted for the main actually, but the main looking pretty nice.
can we get on to Cooper's, please, Blake? Yeah,
Here we go. Just back off a bit, was that? Here he goes. He's getting out of there early. He didn't want to go into the light wind zone.
Yeah, well, I think he sort of timed that a little bit better than the Smeg guys. I think there's a little bit more pressure where the Cooper's tacked.
Oh, Smeg's not unhappy about a little light air tack, I don't think. But anyway, they look like they've got their heads around it fairly well, actually.
Yeah, no, they look quite comfortable.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it's pretty cold out here.
We're in England, mate.
Not quite summer
I
yet.
thought you said you want to do the Volvo one day.
Yeah, mate, with warm clothes on.
So out of shot, guys, Yan, Do and Compass went well to the right. Compass still point. Totally opposite to what the top three have done. I think they've actually dropped back a little bit further from this pack.
Yeah, the top three have gone the right way, and I think Mr. Winning and company have gone the wrong way somehow.
Well, I suppose it's last lap, isn't it, Bucko? You know, they're not going to get challenged from behind, so you throw the dice sometimes at this part of the race.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair call. I suppose.
So yeah, it seems like Woody and Compass have actually really fallen off this fleet, this top pack at the moment.
Yeah.
No dice.
Well, you know about late pick the podium it was at the top mark the last time. Oh,
Pick the podium. Cruise up and pick up our race leaders, Panasonic, and see how they're set up.
Correct.
Yes. So Rags on fire has actually come back right back to Smeg. Just crosses. So they've made a good gain then.
I think that was a give back from the first beat.
Yeah, he's giving him the point. tell you what though, if this was a scratch race, Smeg would absolutely be gone.
Yeah.
Absolutely gone.
Yeah, another postcode.
Yeah. Done really well to hang in with their handicap. These boys seem to generally enjoy sailing with a little bit of windward heel.
Yeah.
Been noticing.
Yeah, no, he's very upright, isn't he? More than. Here he goes. Attack. So he's got a bit less twist than everybody else on the track. And he's still got 2 more tacks by the look of that. Or maybe here, maybe a lay from there, maybe just lay in the air.
So they've done a good job up this beat in that last run, haven't they?
Yep,
Like
yep.
They've certainly been a match or close to a match for the Smeg boys.
Yep.
See any difference in the setup from the others, Bucko?
Yeah, they're just a bit less twisted than the other 2 boats.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot flatter.
yeah. Harder to sail, but maybe a bit faster if you can get it right. Yeah, sheeted pretty solidly, both sails.
It's starting to slowly fall a little bit here.
Ooh, a bit of funny air.
It's yeah, they're looking a little like they're a little uncomfortable at the moment, but
Well, it is a bit uncomfortable sometimes, isn't it? If you're sort of sailing the boat on top of yourself, you only got to get a little decrease.
you got to be
in breeze
really
and
onto the up and down pressure if you're going to sail it right on top of yourself.
Well, you can end up steering too much sometimes, can't you?
Wow, he just did a little bit of that, I think.
Yeah. Pulling away to keep everybody out.
He's on the money for the lay line, no?
Yeah.
A little bit of ebb, here we get there.
They're not going to lay this one at the moment.
Although the tide probably down to its quite,
Slow down a little bit.
yeah, quite small amount now, so just watch the keeper for the boys. Across us. Oh, he's squeezing hard up there now to get up to that mark. Bolted in, needs to go off Cunningham Eye.
So at least we've had a good race where there's been a few little swaps and ups and downs with the top 3 in particular.
Yeah, well, Smeg's done a lot better than Rag on that last quarter of the beat.
Yeah.
They last time we saw that they only just crossed each other. Now
That's
Smeg's really climbed up here. It's looking like.
So these guys, if Lumix can keep it together, they've bolted, right?
Yeah.
So I go Lumix first.
Nice podium pick, was.
It's going to be actually really close between Rag and Smeg now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the race, really, unless Lumix does something disastrous. Yeah, the race for second will be the interesting one, with Smeg having to go to the furthest mark and Rags to the middle mark.
Rag's laying in a moment.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's lying, yep. No problem.
So they're going to be going around. I mean, Rags will get there first, obviously.
Yeah. No, it's another 30, 40 seconds that Smeg's got to catch.
Yeah.
Oh no, they'll be gone then.
Well, they gained 40 at least, probably a minute the first time they went
See if
down.
they get that lay to.
Yeah, they went perfectly
Sharp.
the first time.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, as Ash said, it's going to be probably what the big thing will be the Shark Island lay.
yep, exactly.
Just going to send it.
So Rags around.
So the Smeg, will be interesting to see what he does here. Remember, he jibed out early last time. He set and jibed. Yandu coming past us was, sorry.
So Yandu not that far away, really.
Yeah, he's got a shorter mark on this occasion.
So
Yandu's riding it then.
Does he go around red or blue?
Blue.
The second one,
blue,
so
right,
he's still got a bit to go.
Yeah. If he laid that, he might regard
could
himself.
go the shortcut. Okay, so Smeg is just set. Rags is on their way, so this is a drag race. Will Smeg follow or do an early jibe?
He'll jibe. He's jibing now. He just got lifted.
Just popping something there.
Is he? He's popping something out.
The jib, something going on with the jib.
The bow came down. The bow's
Where
back
are
down
we?
again now.
Okay, we're on Smeg now.
Schmegma.
And we'll have to get going soon, guys. We want to get Lumix for the win.
Yeah, you got to get the
So
boys.
it's I think this will be a
This is done. This one.
yeah.
That sandwich is toasted.
No, listen, guys. The opera has barely begun. You know. 4 more jibes. What could go wrong? Anybody ever had any trouble?
No,
Never.
So Smeg jibes, so that Rags is also
Rags is hot on here. Let's
out
smoke it.
of strike. Come round to your right there a little bit. Try to pick up Rags. Really nice pace running down off Nilsson Park. Really good pressure. Yeah, not too many people are sunbaking and swimming at Nilsson today, boys.
They've closed the cafe as well. No business.
Yeah.
Rags picked a really nice shift there. They're smoking along. A little bit of traffic here and there. Should be right.
A little bit of soft behind the ferry. Going in first cruise. Back up. Running. Bit of bump.
It's nice to see the boys got all their gear organised for the first race already.
Yeah.
All the signage, all the harnesses with the rag, slot ship on the back.
Yeah.
Organised. Lumix has picked a nice safe lay here.
Very safe lay from the Lumix, but they can afford it. What time does the car race finish?
Around 5. It's normally about a 6-hour race. Don't know what time that is. I mean,
Just in time for Japan.
yeah, I mean,
Formula One.
Japanese Grand Prix.
Okay.
Ricardo's starting on the second row.
Cool.
Had a nice bit of puff to carry them down on this sleigh.
Yeah.
Even though it's safe, it's still carried them pretty nicely here. So
Well, I think
yeah.
Standard on the other guys.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
That was really good.
Yeah. One more drive and we'll hit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
So Chips is saying this is the Thurlow youth team from last year, so they've improved a lot. They've put in a really quite slick performance.
A little bit of rain now. They got some really nice pressure coming inside them as well. So.
Yeah. The finish will be further downwind from the bottom mark.
They might have got a bit unconservative about their jibe angle here.
Yeah, they're still going to go through that lighter patch on the Shark Island, so...
Yeah, but the bow's home right at Malcolm's house at the moment.
Yeah, anyway, we'll see. It's funny how you can just get across the bay, the breeze lifts up over the hill and you can sort of skim across the shoreline.
Fend off the seawall with the boat hook, I know, yes.
But it's... We'll see.
It's not the
Anyway,
most
we'll stay
comfortable
on
thing to
this
do, though.
because this will be a good test for them to see how they manage this, bucko. Just got word chicks are saying that Rags is coming fairly quick.
Hopefully they hold this one.
And the Smeg is coming pretty quick as well.
Don't go soft, boys.
Yeah, this is where it gets dangerous.
Ooh.
Pull the main on.
The old, what could possibly go wrong?
Got to pull the main.
Drop the main.
Yeah.
They're all right. They're all right.
Sort of.
Keep that main on, son. All right, so that's potentially the worst of it. now, just pull her on, boys. Have a crack.
Yeah, definitely. Don't go soft first.
Yeah, have a crack.
Just send it, boys. Straight into the rocks.
Yeah.
Straight into the rocks.
You can go close to the rocks. It's all right. I've been there.
That's all right. Just scratch the side a little bit. Here we go. They're back. They're good.
Yeah, they got this.
Oh, shoulders back, boys.
Sheet on, man. Sheet on. See, they're still a bit wriggly.
Yeah.
Ash.
Little
not 100%
nervous.
confident yet, Marco. Certainly hasn't got the David Witt getting going.
One angle of heel.
But this will be a good confidence boost for them, even though it was a handicap event. They've managed it pretty well, and certainly second rig was the right choice for them today.
Come on, boys. Get it over the line with the chute. Come on.
And they're going to have to drop, I think, Ash.
Yeah.
Meg's no doubt going to have a good ride.
Here they go.
Here they go. In for the drop.
Woody's really come up on Smeg as well.
Smeg actually had a bit of a pit stop there in the lee. He had no wind for quite a while.
So we'll watch
nicely
these
done here,
boys
boys.
go across the line and congratulate them. Get the chute down. Get it down. Well, he's got a face full of chute.
Still a Trent Barnabas and hold it in one hand.
Fold it up in one hand.
So
He
there we
holds it in
go.
one hand.
Our first race winner for 2017-18
Lumix.
Skiffs season. Panasonic Lumix. Well done, boys. So we'll come around, Blake, and pick up what's happening next.
What's happening next will be the Cooper 62. Going to finish with the chute on. And the Smeg with the big rig will not get here.
They're all getting macked up there.
Yeah. So Cooper's second. It's funny, isn't it? They travel so fast that you look at the distance, you think it's a lot, but time-wise, it's not a lot.
Mm.
You've got the Smeg coming in. Blake's got her in view. Big rig. Sending it.
Going for the drop.
Yeah.
Ooh. Still pretty snappy work.
Ooh.
Ooh. And Woody's got a
Oh,
bit
it's
on.
gone. No, it's not.
That's all right.
Got a bit excited there.
Yeah.
It's not pretty though.
No, it's not, but... Ooh.
Yeah, that is potentially a bit dodgy.
Ooh, the
Don't
Yanders.
want it to get
The Yanders going for
come
the
ripping
going
out
for
of
the.
the bag.
Oh. Ooh.
There's someone, yeah, there's someone.
Yeah, Woody yelling.
Oh, come around to the right, Blake. Got Woody,
Yeah.
Yandu.
He's screaming.
Got a bit of an issue.
The Smeg gets third. There's some advice coming from Mr. Winning about something.
Yeah, or you can sort of give a bit of advice sometimes in a very quiet, calm way.
I've noticed that.
Oh no. So Coopers has got a chance here. If they can get
Compass.
this off. No, Compass, sorry.
Compass.
Oh, they're right here.
Yandu's.
No, Yandu's going again. Just.
Yeah.
The Compass struggling with the drop.
So Woody's still got to get away. He's not coming away. I think he's just waiting.
And he's still advising his crew. The Compass
Here
at
we
full
go.
This will be
load.
close,
This will be
actually.
very close indeed.
When we're on the transfer, the Compass are becoming a little bit faster.
No, Woody will get that.
There's a little bit of bias to the boat.
There is a bit.
I think Compass has got this.
Yeah, I think Compass. Yep,
Oh,
Bow
you might
down.
be right, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
yep. I think Compass got it and do the bias on the line. Did that.
Wow, eh?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll wrap this up.
Sign off.
Thanks, everyone.
Well,
for
you
all
know,
your input.
we'll just remind Ash, the opera isn't over until the fat lady's sung.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our first little hit out, and hope you can join us again next week.
Same time next
revoir.
week. Standing by.
See you then.
Sayonara. Well, I'm sure it was